Welcome back to the second episode of Bajan Hustle, and today we have with us Lashana Gittings, and she is the creator of PaperLily246. Now tell us a bit about your business, tell us what you do, services, stuff that you offer.
So Paper Lily is a custom paper flower decor service for all of your events. If you have a wedding, bridal shower, baby shower, whatever you have, Paper Lily will make it better. Paper Lily will make it pop.
Okay, so how can people contact you? How can they place orders? How do they know like which designs to get? Do you bring your own, or do you work with them? And
Paper Lily is on Instagram and Facebook, and you could also contact me on WhatsApp at 235-7683. Usually when people contact me, I would ask them, what type of event are you having? And one of the easiest things for people to answer is, what are your colors? So from the time they tell me what their colors are, I'll ask them, do you want a backdrop? Do you want a photo booth? Because some people don't know exactly what they want yet. I would tell them if they want, they can go on the internet and find pictures and send to me so I can get an idea of what they want, or I'll suggest to them, depending on the type of event that they have, what I can offer.
okay, so what we'll be doing today?
Well, today we are going to make a simple flower because we have to go and set up for a client. She requested custom yellow and pink, so we're going to make a yellow and pink flower today.
Okay. All right, without further ado, on to the hustle.
Here is basically our workstation. So first we have different patterns that we use to get the different styles of petals for the flowers. We draw them out and then we cut them out roughly, kind of like this. Yeah. And then we cut them out a little bit better. Yeah. For some of the flowers, you would have to curve the petals depending on the style that you're trying to make. And then it's just basically to stick the whole thing together on a base, something like this. Okay.
This is real rough. Really, really rough.
Stupid.
Oh, wait. So then once you have all the rough cut, pin them all together so you can cut them. So,
This is yours. That's okay.
I don't know. I never used it for you. So let's cut the yellow one since we're making yellow and pink flowers. Okay, so you can put another one so the paper doesn't move around while you're cutting out.
And you gotta get it right to the...
Preferably.
So y'all remember the last video I said that I have terrible fine motor skills. We shall see today again.
So you have to be careful because all of the flowers that Paper Lily makes are hand cut. So
Patience.
yes, it gets easier as you go on.
Alrighty, so we have some questions for Lashana. And the first question is, what inspired you to start PaperLily?
Well, honestly, I have always been a big flowers fan. I love flowers. And I was scrolling maybe through Instagram or something one day and looking at some decor. And I stumbled across the giant paper flowers and I thought that they were so nice. And as I continued to look at them, I said, I could probably do that. And then I started to do research as to how people go about making them. and I started to make some for myself until one of my colleagues at work actually saw one of the flowers that I posted on my status, and they actually ordered. So that was basically my first job.
Lashana done cut hers already? This has always happened to me. Always, always, always. Speed this part so people don't know how slow I'm moving.
So to make these look more like these, we just have to glue it together like this. The cut that we made,
yeah,
just do a little overlap.
Come on, zoom in.
And then stick it. And the glue is pretty hot, so you try not to get glue on your hands, or you try not to actually touch the hot glue when you're sticking. Okay. Many petals you might need. Sometimes you just put them down to see how they're gonna look, and get an idea, I guess, of how many you need and how you're gonna space them. So you're gonna do 2 sets on this one so that we can put the yellow ones in between. Okay.
What inspired you? You can tell us about give us any tips for anyone who wants to go into a business like this.
Well, I would say if you know that you can do it, you can just do it. The best thing I think is to start small, start at home, show your friends, show your family, find out what people who will be honest with you think about the idea, and then I guess just like me, I posted it on my WhatsApp status, and I was able to get an order. And then from there, it's good to do your research as well to kind of find out, you know, what things cost, and then even how to cost your items for sale or for rental. And yeah, you can go from there.
Okay, so how about the cons first? What are the disadvantages?
Well, I think maybe the only disadvantage for, I guess, a business like this is because all of the flowers are hand cut. It takes a lot of time. It takes up a lot of time. So I would have to know well in advance what your order is. so that I can adequately prepare, because it does take a bit of time.
And how about the pros?
The pros of course are to see happy clients. I try to do my absolute best to, I don't just want people to be happy or to be satisfied, but I want them to be blown away. And it is a really great feeling when you get to an event and you walk in with the flowers and everybody's like, wow, those are so pretty, you made those. And it is a good feeling. And of course there's a bit of a financial benefit as well.
So check out PaperLily on Instagram. Book her for your showers, your weddings, bridal parties, anything. She is bomb. Check out her Instagram and you'll see what
if you just want it for a wall in your house, we can arrange that. So what we're going to do now is stick these in the center of the flower, just to kind of make something pretty for the center.
Just a different shade of yellow?
Yes.
Oh.
So we just fold the end and put a little bit of glue on that, and just stick it down here. Yep. So you can put in a little bit more if you wish. It just depends on, I guess, what you're going for, or sometimes what the client orders. Sometimes people do see a certain type of flower that they want, so then I would have to recreate it, and then other people will say, just surprise me, I've seen your work and I like it, so just give me something nice, and I work to suit. I try to make use of every bit of paper, so I would have gotten this from the rough cut. So what I have here is a flower punch, and I just use the ends of paper to make little flowers. Well, this one lost the little edges, but this makes a nice center, or if we have a bunch of these, we bunch them up together and it adds to the entire decor that we have. Oh, this is just a little extra something for some persons who might want a little bling on the edges of their flower. I have those pictures on my Instagram. Or persons who might want a little bling on the edge of their flower. Some people want, shiny paper like this, the glittery glossy
and
paper.
also like safety makes on.
Yes, and sometimes people want lights in their backdrop. So all of those are services that I provide. You can get a photo booth, which is just the backdrop where you can stand and take your photos.
A selfie board.
You can get a selfie board as well. The selfie frames, custom with your colors and whatever event you're having. And then there's also the full backdrop that's just covered in flowers or stuff like weddings and those kinds of things.
So make sure that you check out PaperLily246. Make sure that you book her for all of your events. All of them. All.
Okay, so what we have down here is kind of the layout that we are going to use when we get to the client. What I would normally lay out first, take a picture of it so that when I get there, I already know what is going where and how it's going to look on her wall. Another thing too, for people who would want the flowers on the wall, is I normally would use two-sided tape, so I would ask them beforehand if their wall can take the two-sided tape, and I would stick it so that when I go, flowers they just have to go on the wall, so we don't spend a long time taking up space, but we go out, we go in, we set up, and we leave quickly. So we're just going to stick some tape on the back of these flowers. Okay, so for the tape, we stick it on the base, and that's another reason that having a base is important, because if you stick it on the petals and the flowers are being rented, which means they're not staying, I have to take them down, bring them back, the tape could damage
Your
the
flower,
petals.
yeah.
And of course for a rental, if I have them back, obviously I can use them again. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to damage the flowers. So we stick the tape on the base and you just stick enough to hold the weight of the flower that you're sticking. So obviously the bigger ones would have
To get more.
a little bit more than the smaller ones.
So Lashana, people will want to know, obviously know about the price of your product and service. So you could tell us a bit about that.
Okay, well, the price varies, of course, depending on the event, depending on what you want, like I mentioned before, backdrops or photo booths, and the amount of flowers that is included in whatever it is that you want. But the sizes of the flowers for rental go from like $3 to $10, so it's really not very expensive for
Okay.
rental. For purchase, you would have to talk to me about purchase because I would not sell you something that I have in use for rental. I
Okay.
would make new flowers for you for purchase.
Again, with love and care.
Yes.
So check out Lashana. Check out PaperLily246.
And this is something that I love to do. I enjoy it very much. So it is not, for me, it's not really work. So when you call, you can ask as many questions as you need to. If we have settled on something and you change your mind, you know, that's fine. These things happen. So my aim is really to please you, to make you happy, because you know, flowers make everything better.
Yes, they
So
do.
you can ask as many questions as you want and show me as many ideas as you have, because at the end of the day, we want that your event is perfect, and Paper Lily makes your event the best.
So you ever had any difficulties trying to recreate something that someone asked for?
Not really, because I'm accustomed now to, I guess, which pattern makes which type of flower. So once they show me and they're saying, not only are these the colors that I want, but this is the flower that I want,
Yeah.
I'm able to find the pattern if I don't already have it and recreate the flower. And I would always send a sample, a picture of a sample, or if the person actually wants to see it, I will take a sample for them to see, and they will let me know if they like it or if they don't like it. But in every case so far, people have
liked them.
Have liked them.
So we're packing.
I have to take a ladder. I'm going to take the ladder now too. I would have to get the entire structure
Yeah.
of the booth to fit into my car as well. So I'm just going to add the ladder now. I think that's the only other thing that I need. Usually I always take extra flowers, extra tape,
Yeah.
glue gun and glue, because you just never know what can happen. Something can unstick and we just want to be prepared.
entryway as my customers come in to welcome them, and it just brightens up the entire area. I love the colors. It really does. It enhances it.
I am glad
Makes
that
a
you
huge
like it.
difference. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we just finished our setup. Client is happy. So don't forget to follow and like PaperLily on Instagram.
And on Facebook. Don't forget to follow Bajan Hustle on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video and like the video as well. So support PaperLily246. Support Bajan Hustle as well because